because this is going to bring us to Congress. Because Thomas Massie said, I'm about to expose where all the tax dollars are going. And baby, I'm telling you, it's cover up hush money. Y'all ain't hear about it? Y'all don't know where y'all tax money going to? Well, listen, I didn't realize that anybody who pay taxes, I pay taxes, even if you don't
if you buy
report
something,
your
you paying
taxes,
taxes.
even if you don't file your taxes and you got a job, you still pay taxes. So this is apparently a part of where some of that money going to. So let's hear about it.
Pursuant to Clause 2A1 of Rule 9, I rise to give notice of my intent to raise the question of the privileges of the House. The form of the resolution is as follows. Directing the Committee on Ethics to preserve and publicly release records relating to monetary settlements involving acts of sexual harassment, whereas transparency is essential for accountability in government, whereas
y'all hear that? So he said, listen,
I heard sexual harassment. Like this,
yes.
This ain't the meeting I want to be at. Just
Yeah, he said, I want to bring up transparency into sexual harassment for those in government. So let him go ahead and cook.
Accountability,
harassment and unwelcome sexual advances by members, delegates, or residents, commissioners in violation of Clause 9 and Clause 18 of Rule 23 of the Rules of the House affect the safety, dignity, and the integrity of the proceedings of the House of Representatives. Now, therefore, be it resolved that with respect to reviews, investigations, or matters which the Committee on Ethics or the Office of Congressional Workplace Rights have reviewed, conducted, or facilitated, the Committee on Ethics and the Office of Congressional Workplace Rights shall, not later than 60 days after the adoption of this resolution, make publicly available a single consolidated list that sets forth separately for each member, delegate, or resident commissioner the name of each member, delegate, or resident commissioner who was the subject of any review or investigation involving a violation of Clause 9 of Rule 23 of the Rules of the House of Representatives as it pertains to acts of sexual harassment, or Clause 18 of Rule 23 of the Rules of the House of Representatives, or any case involving sexual harassment or sexual abuse if it resulted in a payment of taxpayer funds, and adjacent to each such name, the total amount of taxpayer funds included in all settlements, payments, reimbursements, awards, or other financial considerations paid in connection with such matters.
That was a lot.
He covered it. He covered all of it. Like as long as
he said, go ahead.
He said everything. He said everything.
He said, listen, I'm gonna summarize where we at for now. He said, look, I'm proposing this, and within 60 days of its adoption, I want this to happen. Hey, I want y'all to tell everybody who's involved, down to people who in committees, okay? Like, I want all of them. Anybody who been getting money that was accused and or paid out funds to cover actual, because I don't know if we're allowed to say actual harassment or misconduct, aka let me go ahead and bring it back to Bill Clinton long time ago, Monica Lewinsky.
Well,
right?
if money exchanged hands, and
so like that, well, it would have been misconduct reported. So just even off top, let's say it's just something like that. We'll bring it back down. We ain't gotta go there. You go to work, you see Timmy touching Jenny's booty over by the coffee bar, right? Now listen, you don't know what's going on with that. Jenny go to HR. She said, listen, that's misconduct. They put it on the record. They don't gotta tell everybody, but it's on the record. They say, listen, Jenny, we're gonna slide you a couple $. We ain't trying to have all that.
Right,
yada,
yada.
You
shut up. You need to shut up.
In this context, they're saying, that's cool. Tell where the money came from, because in this situation, since it's government, they're not getting money from a company. They get money from you. And so he's saying, listen, if you're going to use the taxpayers' money for this, then tell them who, when, and why. Because it's their money. So it's up to us, as they're our constituents, to tell them what happened and where we spent their money. So that's where we at.
But there's like people who habitually get these, it's not even get out of jail free cards. This is just handing out extra money. And we need to understand if this is a trend or a cycle that we need to rid ourselves of. People talk about, the Steam files and all of that. It goes way deeper than that. It's a era of accountability that needs to be pushed into our psyche. And so I'll just get into it a little bit while we here in the middle of it. So this is on the Massie piece. So the House just voted 420 to 0. Who gonna say no? Who gonna get caught saying no to this? To release the records of actual harassment and misconduct settlements involving members that used taxpayer money. Only one member voted present. Present. An earlier review found that between 1997 and 2017, Congress's Office of Compliance paid over $17 million in settlements for 260 plus workplace disputes, including harassment on behalf of House and Senate offices. That's from CNN.
That's insane.
And other places have put it up there. The money was drawn from public funds. Not from individual lawmakers' personal accounts, meaning that taxpayers footed the bill for behavior they never heard about. And that's what this wants to address. What we're trying to do is we're trying to instill trust, trying to instill accountability, trust in the federal government to do the right thing, at least most of the time, right? Quote unquote. Sits around 20 to 25%, which is near historic lows. Stories about secret payouts are exactly what drives that number down. Financially centered peace. That's what I always try to give. If the public is paying the tab, the public deserves the receipts. That's just basic corporate governance applied to government. Go ahead, and if you're going to hit it, go ahead and hit the last bit of it, and then we can close it on down.
The aggregate total amount of taxpayer funds included in all settlements, payments, reimbursements, awards, or other financial considerations paid in connection with such reviews, investigations, or matters involving members, delegates, or resident commissioners that did not, in any portion of the settlement, involve sexual harassment, sexual abuse, or sexual misconduct. The aggregate total amount of taxpayer funds included in all settlements, payments, reimbursements, awards, or other financial considerations paid in connection with such reviews, investigations, or matters involving, in part or in full, sexual harassment, sexual abuse, or sexual misconduct by employees of the House of Representatives, and the aggregate total amount of taxpayer funds included in all settlements, payments, reimbursements, awards, or other financial considerations paid in connection with such reviews, investigations, or matters involving conduct by employees of the House of Representatives that did not, in any portion of the settlement, involve sexual harassment, sexual abuse, or sexual misconduct. That for the purposes of this resolution, any such settlement, payment, reimbursement, award, or other financial consideration shall be treated as involving sexual harassment, sexual abuse, or sexual misconduct if sexual harassment, sexual abuse, or sexual misconduct was any component of the matter, regardless of whether the matter also involved was classified as or was resolved under another claim, violation, or category.
So he said, if
man,
you
this is like
worse
than somebody's mortgage doctrine right here, boy.
Oh, yeah. He said any matters of it being involved at all. We want to know all the money. Everybody involved. And if it's a certain level of, it's classified. We can't really nope, use my money. Use their money. You use their money. You use their money. You must want to talk about it. Ugh. Boy, like Massie wasn't playing. They made him mad.
Yeah, under the threat and penalty and perjury, that's good because we've been at an all-time low of trust in the U.S. government, and it's high time that we do things. And he on his way out, right? So
that's why he like, okay.
So if I'm gonna be on my way out, all the stuff that I've been sitting here trying to wait and just try to buy my time because look, at least I'm in the seat and at least I'm trying to do things incrementally to save the country, even though I'm going against a rising tide. Me being in this seat is better than somebody else being in the seat that's unscrupulous. And so when you have got 20% trust, right, and then 17 million in secret payouts, full disclosure isn't brave. It's overdue maintenance and a rotting brand. And we need this now. We need more accountability now than ever, whether you're right, left, or center. This is what we are coming for.
Yeah, he said, oh, okay. He said, bet, I'm about to get out of here. Oh, it's cool. It's cool. I got something for y'all. If we had one of them clue bombs, I'd drop one of them. Boom.
Is there a clue? You need a clue bomb?
Yeah.
You need a clue bomb?
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's what he did. He came in and blew up the spot. But here's the thing, like y'all, the sheer volume of hidden scandals is probably insane. When they open this up paired with the Epstein files, like, we're not just looking at like, oh, it's just the elites. No. He about to blow the top on all these people with access, spending other people's money, using connections and access, abusing the opportunity. It's gonna be a whole lot of shifting going on in some of these government seats, baby. I tell you, it's gonna be a whole lot of shifting going on.
It's the glow on the screen, the pulse of the night, Gem and Dame in the scene, breaking it right. What's the word? What's the play? We're keeping it fresh. Hard squad in the sway, drip hard.